Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here. Coming to you from Jesus, from my work home. I need to prop my phone for one. But a lot of things have been happening lately, and I'm I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know what to do right now. Like, everything is pretty good. A pimple? It is a pimple. Things have been fairly slow. So I guess, but literally I've been thinking about doing this. I've been thinking about just like expressing this shit since I took the boys out for a walk. So I guess I'm a little jumbled now. But so I saw my twin yesterday. The day didn't go as I wanted it to, as I was expecting it to. I didn't really have any expectations. It was just, okay, he's gonna come over. If he doesn't come over, then I'm just gonna like back off because he doesn't really seem that interested, I guess. But like, theoretically, I say that word a lot. Theoretically, um, it's strange because now I feel the way I did after the first time we had sex. I think it was after the first time we had sex. It could have been before that, but I believe it was certainly strong after the first time we had sex. I got the realization that he could destroy me, and I wanted to run away, but I couldn't. Now it's not the realization that he could destroy me, it's the feeling of why is the longing for this person so powerful? Why can't I let it go? And it's like the closer that we get, the more. Oh, I gotta walk. The closer we get, the more I want to, like, how do you say? The more I want to. You can call it run. I definitely kind of want to run away. Part of me is like, okay, so we came over and we had a great time. It was fun. It was easy. It was casual. I didn't really have to think that much. Not definitely not about like, oh, what are we doing? What's happening? What do I say? It's just kind of like we can exist together, and then everything just felt so natural. But then we parted ways, and I was like, oh shit. Like, did all the things that really happen? Did I don't know. I feel like the reason I feel like he's not interested, and I've never really felt like he was interested. It was always kind of like I know he is, but it doesn't look like it because he's always on his phone. But this isn't what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about duality and destiny. So I'm here. Also, for those of you who don't know, this is Jefferson. Hmm, Jefferson. It's basically my dog because I babysit. I walk these guys every day, and I babysit them when their parents go out of town, which has been a lot lately. My baby is laying on my bed. My pullout. Hopefully, this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass when it's bedtime. Even though I don't mind them on the bed, I just don't want them eating my weasels. Which, he'd be the one to eat the weasels, but he just gets a little nervous when they come around. That's not what this is about. So, duality. Duality and destiny. Such an interesting concept. I feel split and torn, and I feel like No, you know what's happening? It's exactly what happened the first time. Because literally, since he was late, and I felt like he was just going to toy with me, like he was going to say he was going to come, but then he wasn't going to come, and he was just never going to show up. Especially after he, like, took a cab to Broadway Junction. I was like, that's shady. But then he explained why, and he was very apologetic throughout the entire process of, like, oh, I'm late, sorry, and or sorry about being late today. Like, there's a certain amount of care that goes into things. Like, you can tell something's important to somebody because they they keep bringing it up or they keep mentioning it. So he felt really bad about being late. So I guess he didn't want me to feel like he didn't want to spend time with me. You know, I'm playing over this moment in my head where it's like I called myself his best friend yesterday and he just kind of laughed and said that his best friend was some imaginary person. So I'm like, oh, you're not technically denying it. So I can definitely just be like, yeah, I'm your best friend. We're going to be best friends. And then it's just like all hunky dory. But like, well, not but like, that's not the right transition. So here's the problem. I'm triggered. I'm triggered as fuck because he's back. He's back in my life. It's been like a 4 year gap, and he's back now. Left in 2014, I believe. Maybe 2015. So I guess it's a 3 year gap, give or take. But how do you say? What's happening is I'm triggered. All the things within me that would cause me to have a negative relationship are popping up. So, the insecurities, the fears, I know my baby, I'm taking the balls off so that they don't hit you in the face. I love you too. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes. You know, you guys, you shouldn't have favorites when it comes to your babies. But if you're gonna have favorites, you shouldn't make it obvious that you have favorites. There's a paw. Look at your paw. Show paw. You see the little random dog parts popping up every now and then. Let me rearrange the camera so you can see my doggo a little bit better. So, everything that's bothering me, everything on my ego is coming up. What came up this time is there's always a feeling of not being good enough. But that's, we might all have that. There's gonna be dog hair all over my bed tonight. There's the feeling of he's not interested in me. He just wants to fuck. And not even just like me. He just wants to like whore around. I have been I've been looking for him my whole life. Who knows if it's genuinely him? Who knows if it's somebody like him? Who knows if he leads me to said person? But I have been looking for someone for the entirety of my life. And ever since him, I can't stop thinking about him. I am content with him just being in my life. Or at least I thought it was. I guess I was content until he was inside of me. And then it was like, oh, yeah, this is... Everything's hard now because after all was said and done, I just wanted to, like, kiss him. And I wanted to kiss him all night. But while it was happening, I just wanted to, like, grab him and pull his face to mine. But I've got to wait, you know? So I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna ride this wave, and I'm going to sort out all the things that are bothering me, because the things that are bothering you keep you from union with yourself and with your twin. And I just want to wake up and not have this pit in my stomach. Because I used to have a pit in my stomach when I was living with my mom, and I would wake up with a pit every morning. Because it was just like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of here? How am I going to save my children? How am I going to save my family? How am I going to do? Well, at that point, it was only a child. Now it's children. And like, how am I going to do this? And how am I going to do that? And how am I going to X, Y, Z? Let me check and see what time. Which one? 12:30. Okay. So since I have a 12:30 walk, and I have to take my boys out at 11:30, 11:20. Yeah, 11:20, so I can bike over there. It should only take like 10 minutes or something. I'm trying. Part of me is like, I just want to relax this week. And another part of me is like, that's kind of crazy. You didn't like make your, well, I did make my goal last week. No, the problem is not that I didn't make my goal. The problem was that I spent a lot of money on drugs and stuff, which I've come to the realization that I've been trying to fill the hole. There's a hole in me, and this morning I woke up and the hole was bigger, and I realized that it's time to face this hole. I have to close it. Like, it's one thing to have a person-sized hole, but when the person is like bigger than you are, kidding. Well, not really, but really. But like, to have a person-sized hole is unhealthy, and at this point it's an amalgamation of like all the things that I've desired since I was a kid. I should probably be charging my phone, so that way I don't have a dead phone when I'm working. I guess I'll just own, because then I gotta flip it. So, Internet Nation. Internet Nation. I... Como se dice? I'm in fucking love with this boy who only notices me when he's in front of me. And I deserve better than that. Pull the elbow. Put her phone back on her elbow. I deserve the world. And I should have the world, you know? So I'm gonna give me the world. You mind if I put this pillow on top of you? You mind that? I'm gonna move your legs and kick the pillow and move my phone. So, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna let him go, you guys. Whether or not we get back together, I'm gonna let him go. I feel... Well, I mean, like, any form of attachment isn't healthy in any form of relationship. Well, not like... That sounds wrong. You should have some level of attachment to the people you're romantically and linked with, but at the same time, it's like, you should also, how do you say, you shouldn't be too attached that you're your life is reliant on them. Like, they have a huge impact on your day to day. Or make it so that you can't, like, do things because of your feelings or something. I feel like everything I'm saying is just, like, fucking crazy. But, like, my big old baby. My big old baby's my baby. And Jefferson is a border collie. He's one of my favorite doggies. I'm getting hair all in my mouth. You guys, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because a part of me wants to stay and build this relationship. Be it a friendship or... Do you mind? Do you mind? Well, now you're in the camera. You have to say something. I just want non-stop affection. They're like such attention hogs. Part of me wants to stay and work on this relationship, and another part of me wants to run away. And for the time being, I'm going to take some time and be by myself and then just think, I guess. Figure out what issues I need to work through. Maybe I might try a whole lot of completion processes. By Teal Swan, so I can, like, well, I'm sure there are other people, probably people who have done it first, but whatever. I'm gonna sort through. So, what's popped up so far? Let me see. There's the... Well, I guess I'll just lump them all together. My so much hair on my arm. Can you guys see that? All that hair. This one little doggo. It's shedding season, you guys. Shedding season everywhere. But let's see. What's come up? What's come up? What's come up? I feel worthless. Yeah. I've always felt worthless because I grew up being told that I was worthless. Maybe not in, like, those words directly, but I was made to feel worthless. And he makes me feel worthless. And nothing that he does. Just, I guess, a not wanting to be with me. Because that's a reminder that, like, the one person that I want to be with doesn't want to be with me, and he may never want to be with me. That's okay. That doesn't make me of any less value. It doesn't make me any less of a supreme catch. It's his loss, I guess. I mean, it doesn't have to be anybody's loss. Because, you know, I want him to be happy, and if I don't make him happy, then I don't make him happy. I can't. Another thing that comes up, when I think about him and when I think about how much that I want to be with him, it makes me think of, like, my physical self. And it makes me feel dysphoric, almost. Like, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not magical enough, I'm not special enough, I'm not damaged enough, I'm not something that he's looking for, and I'm not that. And I feel like he's the embodiment of everything, and it kind of makes me want to die. Nah, Hank, I'm not going to Brooklyn. It makes me want to die. Literally, when I got here yesterday, I just had the feeling I just wanted to die. Like, life is hard. Humans make life hard, and emotions are chaotic. And the simple fact that I can't find somebody like him, just a person that doesn't get dumb. I would fucking love if more of like, I'm so over like getting close to people and like developing feelings for them because I just think they're so intelligent. And then the second you go out, it's like, oh yeah, I turn my brain off when I do XYZ. And whenever I'm around you, and then you have to be the man, you have to, well, like being the man, it's a stereotypical notion, but I feel like whenever I'm with people, I have to be in my masculine. Whenever I'm with boys, I have to be in my masculine. I can't just like be the feminine. And when I'm with him, I never feel like I have to be the masculine. I can let him to take let him take charge of things, and I know that he's gonna keep me safe. Even like in this situation, it's just friends. I still feel like he would keep me safe. And all this stuff, he wouldn't let anything happen to me. But when you're like with other guys, it's just like, oh, you're gonna run if somebody tries to mug us? Are you gonna like defend me? Are you gonna stand there and watch me get raped? It's just like all this shit, you know? And it's strange that I know that, but I can't really read him. I feel torn. I know I'm all over the place, you guys, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody really watches these things anyway. Or you know what? That's not true. At least one person is gonna watch this. I don't know if they're gonna like watch all of it, but at least one person is gonna click. And mayhaps I'll reach somebody. Who knows? I feel. What other feelings come up? I guess for the time being, that's what I have to deal. That's what I have to focus on. I guess these feelings of inadequacy. It's strange because I'm not the person that he met. And I'm not the person that he left. I mean, that's a little obvious because the day that we met was the day I decided to be more authentic again. And I was a construct. The day that he left, I was a shell. I was lost myself to the fear and the pain and the unknowing. And then after he was completely gone, I broke. After breaking, I was like nothing, and then became allowed myself to be myself. I've never wanted something so bad in my life. But do I really want it? Am I simply too afraid to actually have said things? Because it's one thing to be like, yeah, I want this. And it's another to be like, yeah, I want this, but do I really want to like work for it? Or dog hairs on my pillow. I guess as long as they stay away from my sleeping cap, that's fine. I mean, like dog animal hairs, I don't mind so much getting stuck in my hair because you can just pull those out. I'm like fucking balls of lint, which never go away. This place is always so cold. Everybody likes their place cold. And even if I turn the thermostat up, it's still going to be cold in this room. This is the room that I sleep in. It's always cold in here. That's where all the animals are, except maybe Cthulhu. Allan Poe and Lovecraft are asleep, and Cthulhu came to bother Allan Poe, but they saw he was asleep and then walked off. And I don't know where she went. But I can hear Bodhi on the other side of the bed, though now that I said his name, he might come over and stare at me and whimper. That's what he does. His big old little doggo eyes. So, you guys, there are dragonflies on this sheet. It's my third time staying here. I sleep in this bed for at least 2 consecutive nights. This is my first time noticing the dragonflies on the sheet. It's kind of little things like that. And the yellow flowers. Yellow flowers remind me of Fumi, my roommate. She just changed her curtains from red to yellow, so now it gives her room this yellow, like, hint. But then at the same time, it's like, she also wants to put, like, sunflowers up on her walls. So there are dragonflies, which remind me of my youth and my cousin. Sunflowers. I think those are plums. Plums are cherries. And there's this little floral design. I'm pretty sure it's like a very specific type of art style. Like it probably has a name or something because you see it everywhere. Let me see if I can show you guys without bothering Jefferson. This one. Every time I see that one, it reminds me of peacocks. Oh, sorry, bud. It's like, why you covering my face? Shall we, bud? Reminds me of peacocks, which reminds me of my best friend, Al. Alphonse. Alfric. I'm just going to call him a whole bunch of Al names that aren't his. I hope he's prepared for that. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. My bud here has an extra toe. See, there's an extra toe. Just hangs on his foot. As extra toes would, usually. I feel really hollow. I feel really beaten down. I'm not sure what my next move is. I'm not sure where we should go now. You guys, I'm not quite sure how to get over the feeling of not being enough. My life has taken a complete turn, just in general. Everything is pretty great and fantastic, and I honestly can't complain about anything, because it's just been like, financially, things are pretty great. I'm always broke these days, but I have a roof over my head. I have enough to feed my babies. I have enough to transport myself. Granted, I never have enough to feed my fucking self. That's because I'm just bad with my finances. Even though technically this week it was because fucking Dollar Shave Club was like, hey, here's some razors. And I'm just like, dude, I've literally only used one razor from the original pack. You guys don't have to like forcefully send me razors. Jefferson, what do you think I should do? That's another thing. I don't make a lot of my own decisions. And I have to learn how to make my own decisions. I wasn't allowed to make my own decisions growing up, and or if I did make my own decisions, they usually had terrible repercussions. Like, for the most part, the biggest decision that I was allowed to make without the repercussion without like a severe instantaneous repercussion, was whether or not I masturbated. And I did that like every day. And then even still, I still thought about like how ashamed everybody would be, or all this stuff. And that was the only choice I ever really got to make. What I did, where I did it, when I did it. So now when it comes down to making decisions, I'm so unsure about everything. I think the fact of the matter is I don't allow myself to have the things that I want. So when it comes down to like, do I want this? I can't just say yes, yes, I want this, or no, no, I don't want this, because it's like I'm so programmed to associate the things that I want with fear, turmoil, betrayal. I don't. Part of me wants to text him and ask him why he's on his phone so much. That'd be starting a conversation. It's a legitimate conversation. I'm pretty sure we had this years ago, but I honestly, this is kind of like a reset for me because I remember so little, which means I probably wasn't paying attention, and I probably wasn't paying attention because I was so concerned with how I felt and my fear and that I was going to lose him. I was so fucking, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy for you, which is strange because it's like, I thought I heard an ice cream truck. It was just a siren. I don't think I've ever seen or heard an ice cream truck in the city. They don't play their little jingles. They're usually just parked in the same spot. But, what was I saying? What was I saying? Do you remember what I was saying? I wish I could, like, go back. So many sirens and shit, but we are smack dab in the city. This is literally 59th Street. A few blocks from Central Park. So diddle. If I invite you on the bed, will you lay down and be cool? You can only join us if you're gonna be cool. You gonna be cool? You coming to bed? You coming to bed? Like, no, don't invite that loser. He's not cool. He's gonna kick me out of my spot. Yeah, probably. Bodhi has a thing with, like, he'll get between Jefferson, whoever is giving him attention, because Bodhi is an attention whore. Isn't that right? Look at that. Look at that face. He's just like, give me the attention. Can I have the attention, please? Can I have the attention, please? Look, you can join us and passively receive attention, but it's gonna be passive. He's just a big old baby. Hey. Do you not see this chaos? So, these are my dogs. This is Jefferson, and this is Bodhi. And I loved him very much. And Bodhi is, Jefferson's like my 15-year-old son. It's like he loves his mother. He still wants the love and affection that a child gets from his mother. But he's not gonna like bug you because he's got his own life and his own things and his own feelings. See, look at him. He just wants to be loved. And then this is my 3-year-old son. It's my 3-year-old son who doesn't have separation anxiety. He just likes the attention that he gets from people. He just likes the attention that he gets from people. And he just wants you to pay attention to him at all times. You guys are making it hard. You're sticking your whole head under my arm. And these are my dogs. I'm gonna come back and screenshot it because it was a cute picture. Don't you knock my phone again. Lauren, who's Lauren? Today at 2:30, I can't do that. I need you to remove your paw. It's 10:50, and I have 66%. This is taking a lot out of my phone. Oh well, I'll just portable charge it all day. And I don't even know if I'm going to be doing that much work, because I'm tired. Like, physically, emotionally, mentally, I'm tired. What are you doing? See in the eye with my glasses, okay. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Even though I'm pretty sure my microphone is at the bottom of the phone and my hand was over it. This is how we're gonna do it. I wish my phone was, now I really wish I turned the phone upside down so I can have like screenshot this. I look really cute, you guys, with my adorable little doggos. I'm gonna try to screen cap it. Fuck, I'm just gonna turn it. Hey, it flipped. All these kisses. All these kisses. Yeah. I could die happy like this, you guys. Oh no, there's a hair on my screen. It's Jefferson's because it's white. I could die happy like this. If only Bodhi would let me lay on him for more than like 3. See how distracting he is? Not Jefferson, Bodhi. He's coming through, making me forget what I was talking about. How does one feel like they're worthy? What does it mean to not inherently feel unworthy? I can tell you why I don't. But telling you why I don't doesn't mean that you do. And like figuring out the why doesn't necessarily mean that you will. I mean, I am worthy. I deserve things because I'm alive. I deserve whatever my heart contents? Whatever my heart longs for. I guess I should leave it up to him to tell me that he's not interested. Instead of thinking that I'm the problem. Because I'm aware of the situation. And I, as a person, as an individual, feel as though we should, like, be getting to know people before we go out. So it's a case of, I don't know. I'm contemplating. I have to learn to start thinking out loud again. It's interesting how many parts of myself I've lost over the years. Just a significant other is telling me they didn't like things that I did. Like singing my feelings and thinking out loud. And well, nobody said they didn't like me thinking out loud. I just chalked it up to nobody really cared. So I just stopped. But what else is there? What else is there? I am alive, therefore I deserve the world. And just because somebody told me that I would never be loved, maybe that's it. It's just like an inherited thought, a belief, if you will. Oh, I was laying on the. Oh, God, now it's laying on me. I was laying on the butt, but then the butt was laying on me. Right. Put it that way. Jefferson. And your little face is just so disappointed just now. What happened? Is it because I was laying on Bodhi? I'm laying on Bodhi and not you? He's like, we were snuggling, and then this motherfucker came. Probably story of his life. So Jefferson's older. He's 3. 3? No, you're 5. He's 5. And Bodhi is 3. So it's like he had 2 whole years of life without Bodhi, and then Bodhi came along, and he's like, oh, now I gotta share the attention with this fucking whore? And nobody loves Jefferson the way I love Jefferson. Nobody loves Jefferson, period. Except, his parents. They have a great deal of love for him, obviously. But, like, people in the street, they much prefer golden retrievers. But, there's a whole blog on, like, smart people preferring smart dogs. Because he's a fucking border collie. He herds things. Like, how can you not want a dog that does yard work? It does fucking field work. If we had sheep, all my sheep would be in a corner, It'd just be in a corner somewhere. Because he would herd them into the corner. Because he's such a good dog. He's such a good, smart dog. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's a good, smart dog. And Buddy's just like poking me in the back, like, hey, I'm a good, smart dog. Do I get the affections? Do I get the affections? Yeah, you get the affections, Bodhi. Bodhi's a beautiful dog, but he's an asshole. I mean, Jefferson, you can be an asshole too. Not as big an asshole as this guy, but still. You guys, but that's okay because I got 2 hands. I got 2 of these hands. I got 2 of these hands. 2 hands for 2 dogs. Just don't get the weasels involved because I ain't got 5 hands. No. Relax. Where's he gonna go now? Oh, he definitely moved. He's like, you're not gonna pet me. I'm gonna go over here. I'm conflicted because the past and the present are 2 different me's. The past is irrelevant, and the present is fearless in a way, where it's like it doesn't really matter what the problem is. I'm still gonna like do things. I'm still gonna go out there. I'm still gonna like make the best of it, and I'm at least gonna try. What if he's just like all the guys that I've dated since him? What if well, I feel like his genius is consistent. That was never a thing that like wore off. Bless you. That was never a thing that wore off the more time I spent with him. I just feel so full of longing. Part of me just wants to like detach completely and just go like full God mode and not care about anything. I want to die. So I guess theoretically that means that I want an ego death. So mayhaps I should have one. I'm gonna text Al and see if he can get some liquid acid. I need some. It's time for a large portion of me to die. It's time for... You smell my boxers? It's time for a large portion of what I'm not to die. Because there are aspects of me that aren't me. There are aspects of me that are conflicting with who I am. And that shouldn't be the case. Hello, devilfish. Can I help you? Can I help you? It's like I just want to go. You guys, I'm hungry. I have $0 of the dollars to my name. I definitely forgot to grab funds from my savings, but that's for rent, so I shouldn't technically be touching that. And I just have to like survive until tomorrow. But you know, I don't eat a lot anyway. It's not abnormal for me to go at least like a day without eating anything. Generally, it's kind of like, oh, hey, I haven't eaten anything, opposed to like, I can't. But I mean, they have lots of stuff in the fridge. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind me just like taking something. It's just enough to get me to tomorrow. I am going to figure out how to feel worthy. I grew up being told that I would never be loved. So, when I look at him and I feel how strong my feelings are for him, it makes me feel like I'll never be loved. Like, he'll never love me because I don't deserve that. But he did love me, and he might still. I feel like he also feels this pull towards me. And I feel that way because of the amount of times he like pokes at me and establishes a connection with me. Like a physical connection, be it like something small. It's just the little things that mean the most to me. Hell, I'm having this conversation. Maybe I should put on my shaman stones. My shirt is covered in dog hair, and my shirt is black. But that's okay, because I have to change it anyway. You guys, I honestly don't know what to do. Is that a weasel? At 5? I'm going to accept this walk. I don't know if it's going to stop the live stream. Reconnecting! Yay! I just like requested a walk. Look at this little fish. He looks at me like he loves me. Ew, you look at me like you love me. Yes, I love you too, Jefferson. I just got text for my 2 o'clock. It's definitely just canceled, which is interesting because I only had technically scheduled my 2 o'clock and my 12 o'clock, but my 12 o'clock got canceled because, you know, there's no point in them paying the company if they're paying me directly to walk their dogs anyway. But they said they're still going to pay me for the 2 o'clock, which is nice because I wanted to take it slow. I have a 12:30. Look at this dog. I know. I got home from LA at 8 a.m. and was like, cool. I don't know what the rest of that said. Sometimes I really like my smile. Because then, like, I'll smile. Okay. Because then, like, I'll smile. And then it'll be all cheeks. And I like it when my smiles are, like, big and childish and, like a big baby. Yeah, like a big baby. Because then it makes me feel young and adorable. We do like feeling young and adorable, right? So maybe at 2 o'clock, I'll come back because I can't do walks. I mean, I could probably just like start it and then cancel it and then stop it. But I don't like doing that. But maybe when I start to walk, I'll just come home and watch some My Hero Academia. And then if I get walks after that, I'll just like go out and then do those. If not, I'll just, stay here and complain to myself about how much I need to make money. Well, I don't need to make money. Technically, I have $100 for Monday. And then I'm going to charge like two something for taking care of the boys. And that's 300. So I can put half of that aside for rent. And that's just like the bare minimum, because it's Thursday. I still have Monday to work. And then Monday I'm not going to be babysitting. And then I can, since I'm in the city, I can always like take walks that are close by at like any time. Because like, why not? My only limitation is I have to give the key back when I'm not walking the boys. My beautiful boys, yes. Yes. I swear half of this shit, like, he growls at like the animals when they get too close. And that's about it. I've never heard him make any sounds except for like a few barks. He barked at like one dog while we were walking, that's about it. But like half the things I do to this poor dog, you would think I would get bit for. Like when I pick him up. Oh well, he tolerates me. It's about to be an hour. I feel like I've said a whole lot of nothing, but at the same time, I feel like I've gotten a little bit closer to my truth. He's got white and black eyelashes. I think the fact of the matter is, I don't feel like I'm worthy of love because I was never given love. But that's like a delicate topic because my parents would definitely argue that they gave me a lot of love. My mom didn't satisfy any of my dominant needs. I'm a very empathic, feeling kind of person. I'm sorry, Jefferson. And I didn't really get a lot of love, attention, empathy, or like positivity as a kid. It was just a whole bunch of, your dad's a terrible person, you're a terrible person. How dare you try to do anything that isn't what I allowed you to do? How dare you try to think, feel anything that's not what I told you to do? I was forced to eat a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't want to eat, despite the fact that it was basically torture for me, because I would like, one, it wasn't cooked properly, it wasn't seasoned properly. Like, what are we fucking Caucasian cavemen or some shit? Do we not know what like a salt rock is? Can you like go smash this one salt rock against this other salt rock for just the tiniest bit of salt? Just I can't hold the phone and do the motion. Just so that we can have just the tiniest bit of salt, so it doesn't taste like can or something. Just I mean, I don't know. I feel like if your child doesn't like a certain type of food, you shouldn't force them to eat it. And if your child can't get the spoon to like right here without gagging, you shouldn't continuously force them to eat the food that they themselves didn't put on the plate. People these days need to really learn about fucking consent, because that's a violation of that child's consent, and then they grow up not knowing how to respect their levels of consent. But that's a subject for a different day, I suppose. I guess I'll touch on that if I ever touch on whether or not I believe you should spank your child. And the answer is no. I don't believe you should hit your children for any reason. That's legitimately you getting mad at something that they're doing and then beating them because you're mad. Like, I'm upset right now, so in order to like justify my upsetness, I'm gonna hurt you? Why? How is that like you are not an intelligent individual if you can actually think that? Like, but I mean, I like to take it a step further, because you go big and go home, and I don't like going home, or I didn't like going home. Now I fucking love going home, and I look forward to it all the fucking time. Like, my anxieties aren't even like that big a fucking deal here. So it's just like, oh, I would get anxious about smoking inside, but like, I'm not the only person that smokes inside. Like, granted, I don't have any windows, but it's not really a problem. But I digress. As I was gonna say, I'm the type of person that believes if we beat If you're the type of person, I'm the type of person that believes if you have the gall to beat your children, you should also beat your significant other. Like, it makes logical sense. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck that you made this person or that you helped make this person or that you were there for that shit. You shouldn't be hitting a small, innocent individual who you were supposed to be guiding and teaching through life. If you're gonna hit your children, you might as well hit your partner. You might as well just hit people. You might as well just be that person. You might as well just fucking commit to being a violent individual. Because if you're not gonna sit there and talk shit through so that everybody can understand, might as well. Oh, you didn't like how your daughter didn't do the fucking dishes when you told her to do the fucking dishes? Beat her fucking ass then. You don't like how your partner didn't do the dishes after you kept telling them to do the fucking dishes? Beat their fucking ass then. And then it's like, oh, why did you just leave? Well, you can't just leave a child, right? You can't just leave your child. You can't just abandon them. But I digress. People are going to call me crazy for having that mindset. Well, you know what? You're fucking crazy for beating a child. It's like, I got beat when I was a kid. That shit didn't do nothing. You learn how to get around that. You learn how to not get caught. That's all that fucking made me do. I got in trouble for literally everything. Had sex, decided to do something with your body, decided to get a piercing, decided to get a tattoo, got an F on a fucking test, didn't fucking break your fucking neck trying to get that 100 in the class, like fucking try to bring a doll to school. No, I'm gonna degrade you. I'm gonna break you down. Try to talk to me. I like had the audacity to be like, hey, can we have a conversation without you yelling at me for once? Like, I'm a fucking child. Can you not yell? It's like, oh, I don't like how you do this. And it makes me feel upset when you do that. And I don't feel appreciated. And I feel like my needs aren't being met. You want to yell and make it all about you. Well, congratulations. You're a fucking narcissist. You should seek help. I had original thought, but I forgot what it was. But that's a video for another day. Those are all videos for another day. Because this one's already long. I feel like my life is so full of love. Like, currently, my life is so full of love. I have all these creatures and all these people who love me and support me and look out for me, and they're just there for me all the time. So, for one, it's so hard accepting the fact that I am not lacking in love. It's the one thing I'm not lacking in. And I'm just making faces at me, so I'm making faces back. And I'm just, this dog. Look at a dog. He's just such a sweet dog. I didn't say the things that I wanted to say in this video, but oftentimes I don't. Oftentimes I forget, or I don't have the opportunity, or I forgot what I wanted to mention. But like, poor sausage. I'm thinking about Norman. He's not feeling well. Hopefully he didn't eat anything bad. Because he's always eating things off the floor. Always. Just everything. Like, the second you stop, it's because he's eating something. So, okay. I'm definitely going to end it here because I have to take my dogs for a walk in a few minutes so that I can go to that 12:30. Because I like making that money. You know, I like making that guap. I swear, I keep saying the word guap because it's so fun to say and it just sounds ridiculous as shit. But every time I say the word guap, I wish somebody would come through and just like smash me. That sounds weird, but I'm referring to like Deku's attack, because every time, at least in the English version, in the dub version, he always says smash. That's how he refers to his attack, as a smash. So I wish he would just like come flying through, break all his fucking bones just to hit me for saying the word guap, because I'm so ashamed of myself, and it's like, it's so kind of can't. Somebody stop me. I feel like there's more I want to say, but I can just do more videos. Like, I am worthy of love, and I am meant to do great things, and I'm capable of doing all the things that I want to do. Like, I should do something amazing. I should do something amazing. I don't even know what. Like, there's so many things that I want to do and just don't do. But I think that in order to show myself that I am capable of great things, I should do something great. I should do something big, something life-changing. But what? Part of me is really afraid of being my complete authentic self and just being in my power. But I'm going to commit. I'm gonna commit because there is no joy in fucking life in being a mini mom and being a mini my mom, because my mom is fucking crazy. She's a terrible individual. I need to write Jefferson. I shouldn't be so hateful and spiteful and angry at other people, but she is. She's a child ruiner. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? I always had like what I wanted for like Christmas or my birthday. I had food in my stomach, a roof over my head, but I was not validated. I was not acknowledged. I was nothing. I was just constantly belittled and constantly attacked, made to feel like everything I wanted to do was shameful. How do you cut somebody off? How do you get mad at somebody because they want to split their tongue? Because they want to do something that will make them happy. They want to do something to their body that will make them happy. And you get upset, you get mad to the point where you want to cut them off the insurance. But somebody rapes your little girl, somebody molests your little girl, somebody who you can see, you can talk to, you can be like, you're a fucking bitch, or you can tell their parents, or you can tell the police, or you can do something to protect your child, and your response is just like, oh yeah, no, that's normal. Being molested, being raped is far more normal than you consciously doing something to your own body for your own happiness. Like, if instead of paying taxes, we had to let a government official come to our houses and like just ejaculate inside of us, just rape us, possibly get us pregnant, she'd jump for it. She'd be like, okay, whatever you want, Big Daddy America. God forbid you want to do something that you want to fucking do. But I digress. I'm going to make a video on this because I feel there's just certain topics in which I get so upset and so heated. And clearly that's energy that I'm holding on to. So I'm going to vent. I don't know. I don't know. Because once I take the dogs for a walk, I have to go out. Or maybe I won't watch My Hero Academia. Maybe I'll make a vlog. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm conflicted. My duality is showing. I believe that I'm a god. I believe on this mortal plane that I am a god. But when my twin looks at me, I am but a small child looking to be loved, longing for his embrace. There's a vulnerability that he brings out in me that nobody else can do. I feel safe in his hands. I trust him. my existence is torn. I gotta fix it. I'll talk to you guys later. For now, I'm gonna go be a responsible member of society and walk my dogs and then go walk other people's dogs. Even walking my dogs is the equivalent of walking other people's dogs. But oh well. I mean, technically, their mom's name is Ashley and my name is Ashley, so technically that's like, I'm the mom. But yeah. Talk to you guys later. Until then, know that you are loved by me. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here.